Well, we got no class, and we got no principal. School's out for summer. Barrel, barrel, school's out forever. We're rolling already? Come on, man. Let me know when we're rolling, all right? So people won't see that. Good morning, Andy. Speaking of Alice Cooper, we are still searching for the albums School's Out and Love It to Death. I can't believe it. It's been like a year now. We picked up 2,000 records in the last year, and we still don't have those two. I mean, come on, man. Jeez. And of course, there's people that have called me or texted me. Yeah, I got those albums in my collection. Are they for sale? No. Then why are you telling me? I got billion-dollar babies and Killer, but no Love It to Death and no School's Out. So if you have Love It to Death and if you have School's Out, PM me and I'll come over and pick it up. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Andy. It's a cloudy Monday morning. It is the 3rd day of June already. June is busting out all over. Little show tunes. Little show tunes for you, yeah. And it was a really, 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 really nice weekend. Got to hang. It wasn't too hot. It was nice. Had the first farmers market downtown, Great Falls, which had a big crowd. It was a really nice day. First of the year, big crowd. A lot of communities showed up. Way to go, Great Falls. Afterwards, I went garage sailing, looking for Alice Cooper vinyl, of course. Always walked in, and Greg put a post on a marketplace, and I was right there to his house, in the garage. Greg, you got any Alice Cooper? He looked. No, he didn't. Thanks, Greg. Good luck to see. I did pick up the Beatles' very, 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 very first album from him, The Wall, and Blondie, All-American. It's got Rapture on it. Rapture was the first rap song ever, and it was like this cool, hip blonde chick from New York. Before we get any further, I want to take a minute, pull this out here, and thank our sponsors from the Great Falls Gazette. It is available twice weekly, and it's still only $1. And we'd also like to take a moment and remind the folks down at the Gazette that we still haven't made it to the cover of the Great Falls Gazette. Great Falls Gazette, see my smiling face. I'm just ad-libbing, Andy. Come on, man. So, where should we start? Monday, June 3rd, cloudy. It's supposed to be a fairly nice week. Warming up later in the week. In case you were living under a rock last week, there was a verdict handed down in some case in New York City. In New York City, and predictably, social media has officially lost their collective minds. Andy, have you seen right here on the I have Facebook up. I have a couple other windows up. I have a window from Andy. I have a media window. New updates available. What the hell's that all about? Anyway, so social media has gone absolutely bonkers. And I am very, very, very disappointed in a lot of you. Some of the things that I'm reading on Facebook and Instagram, the posts that some of you people, you know other people can see your post, right? You know maybe your kids or your parents can see what you're posting. I mean, come on. I mean, geez. I've always blamed the social media. In previous podcasts, previous mornings, I blamed them for a lot of the ills that we have in society. But holy shnikes, you people. I mean, some of the stuff, we're seeing. And the memes. And what I love is the posts that don't get the facts straight right off the bat. Like, we're going to compare what's going on with this guy to compare what went on with this guy. And it's like, those aren't even the same things. Okay? What are you doing? And it's all to stir the pot, whether you're far over here, far over there. That's all it's about. Okay? Now, we didn't have social media when I was a kid, thank God. When I was growing up, it was as different. It was completely different. We all, we socialized. There was our phones were connected to a wall with a cord. Okay, there was no party, there was no caller ID. You just, when the phone rang, you picked it up, and it's like, I wonder who's calling. There was no telemarketers, Andy, no. No, not in the 70s and 60s, no. I don't even remember them in the 80s. I don't know when telemarketers showed up, okay? But, like I said, when I was a kid, we socialized, okay? When I was in high school, we socialized. We went to kegers, okay? And we had bonfires. And we were all hanging out. And we met for coffee in the mornings. And there was concerts. And we actually got to know each other on a verbal level. Okay, we got a verbal level. I'm talking to you. I'm expressing feelings to you, and that's kind of how it was. Now it's so different, and I think that it all happened in like a 7 to 10 year period, Andy. I read this thing. Anyway. When it changed when social media became more accessible. Then that's when things really got out of hand, and I've talked about this before. The divisions were made because it was easy to make those divisions. People online don't have no consequences. For crying out loud. I do a podcast. Everybody knows me in town. They know where the studio is. I sort of got consequences, but so-and-so, it is underwear, spewing whatever. That has no consequences now. But, like I said, when we were growing up, and then it all changed. Remember phones came in, okay? And we still were... Like, if we wanted to be we weren't on apps, we were still on the internet, okay? And so our time was limited, okay? And then we had flip phones. Remember flip phones? Do I have one? Do we have a flip phone here? I thought we had a flip. Then there was flip phones, and you'd flip them, and then you'd have to text. And texting was just crazy. It's like tick 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 tick. A tick 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 tick. okay, I am, it'd be like you'd have to hit the buttons for, 70,000 times just to say a sentence. And they're like flip phones, So, it was just a pain in the ass, okay? And that's what we had, okay? And then when was it, Andy? It was around, I want to say, 2010-ish, okay, to 15s, when it all changed and phones changed. And all of a sudden, we had phones and tablets, okay? And so now we didn't have to wait to get on Facebook to the computer. We would just pull out the phone and we'd be instantly on Facebook. And that's when, we had, everybody's had iPhones, tablets, Androids. And, I got 2 tablets. We got a tablet over here. I mean, geez. Okay? So, social media, the communications, what was the norm? Okay. What I'm trying to say is, what was the norm for one generation? And that's what I just said, okay? Face-to-face, groups of kids playing outside, okay? Social interactions. Let's go out and play tag. We King of the Mountain. They're all playing, okay? And we're still in high school. We're still talking. Cruising the drag. And then suddenly everything was gone. Okay? None of that happens no more. Okay? Everybody's on Facebook. Everybody's on Instagram. Okay? Have you seen kids today? Okay? I mean, God, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud. I mean, I'm not living on social media, but like some of them are now. Have you seen today's kids and pretty much adults? They're on their phone all the time. I remember my daughter. I remember going to some other functions here in the last 5, 6, 7 years where everybody's literally, and I mean literally, they're like living a their necks. I can't move my neck because I didn't listen. They're literally living on the phone. Okay, there is no social action. They're playing Candy Crush and they're playing whatever. They're on the media. They're on social media. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's what the kids and adults do today. They're not talking and conversing and going to kegers and doing this and that. Have you ever been to a concert lately? People aren't even enjoying the concert. The last time I was at a concert, everybody had their phone out, looking at the concert through their phone, filming it. They're not even there. Okay? They're not even there. All right? And pretty much everybody, like I said, you go anywhere. You see people texting and on media while they're driving. Okay? On the bus, at sporting events, school. They have complaints in schools that the kids are always on their phone. If you're a parent, your kids better not be on the phone because that's what the problem is. But, and selfies in public bathrooms. I mean, come on, really? I'm in a public bathroom. Let's take a picture. Back in my day, we didn't think of taking pictures in a public bathroom. I mean, come on, what the? Look at me, I'm in a public bathroom. Vogue. I mean, come on. I mean, we're going to do it again. Come on, man. And not only that, but in the and I've said this before, I'll say it again, the comments, the hate, the threatening innuendos some people spew in the internet, it's almost criminal. It's just almost, it's like, yeah, you don't want to mess with me, I'll do something. It's like, why? You're going to actually hurt your neighbor because you think different? Really? You're going to... Why is it all going on? Why do they get away? Why? I told you why a little while ago, just like 10 minutes ago. Why? There are, on Instagram and Facebook, no consequences whatsoever to just people that, for what you say and what you post. You know, if you get out of line crazy and you violate some standards that Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or Spotify or SoundCloud has put up, and you violate those standards and you get taken down, well, that's understandable. But you can't just hide behind your keyboard. There's no consequences. You know, if people were getting punched in the face for the things they're saying, no doubt, yeah, you are absolutely correct. There's no consequences. There's none. There's just, I'll post whatever I want and let the chips fly what may. You know? Hey, you don't want to mess with me. I see a lot of that this week. Both extreme and extreme, both. Don't want to mess with me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Catch a felony for smacking somebody in public? No doubt, Andy. Andy just said, "Can somebody come driving on us after showtime because we said something that they didn't like, they'd find themselves in jail." And that's exactly right, you know. You can't profess to, I believe in the criminal justice system, but only when it suits me. Don't work like that. Sorry. And back to the kids today, though. They're buried. Their faces are buried into their phones, and they think, they're young, they're impressionable, they're thinking that everything that they're reading is true. It's like, hello, is it your first day on the internet? I mean, come on. Oh, yeah, I've said that, Andy. Yeah, absolutely. Andy said, well, what is it, tearing it? Absolutely, it's tearing us apart as a society. And the seams, instead of talking about political, societal, ecological differences over a cup of coffee, we find it easier and more fulfilling to belittle our fellow man anonymously, autonomously. It's not really social media anymore. It's political media. I mean, it's political media, and that's exactly what it is. It's just division and more division and more division, and that's what it is. Why do people, I don't know, Andy, he says, why do people, if you go to Pipewrench Peterson's Facebook page, okay, you will find jokes, memes, classic rock, what else? Classic rock, jokes, memes, dogs, humorous anecdotes, family kind of jokes about brazen, having, the mom did this, grandma did that, grandpa did that, my daughter, did this, my son did that. People are so good. Yeah. For the record, if you think that with me it being in my later 60s, if my grandparents are still alive, come on. But back to social media, it's like, everybody it's so divided. It's like, quit drinking the Kool-Aid, everybody. I mean, come on. I mean, on social media, we're hearing it from both sides now, okay? The extreme right and the extreme left. And they're trying to divide as many of us as they can. And they're on their soapbox, okay? And they're the minority, okay? Let me get you that. Let me make you understand this. They are the minority, okay? The extreme right and the extreme left that are on the soapbox, and the extreme right media and you can't trust the media. Why, the mainstream media? In other countries, they don't watch the news because they understand and realize that news is just propaganda. I mean, they get it, okay? If more of us like me spoke out against the extremes, because there's more of us than there are extremes, then maybe the hateful rhetoric would pass a little bit. Andy, you think? I mean, come on. It's like the extreme left, the extreme right and the media itself, and that on Facebook, drive our division. How many people do you know on Facebook? I have 45,000 followers. I have 5,000 friends. Around 50,000 people on there. Okay? I don't make it a point to go up there, but I kind of look. Okay? Looking for bots, hoping Jennifer Lawrence would be showing up, Christina Ricci. You know what I find? Most of the people on my Facebook are middle of the road, centerists. They're, the extreme right, the extreme left. You're the problem. And the media drives that division. And the extremists drive that division. And there's more of us that aren't extreme, okay? And like I said, the news. You mean propaganda? There's a big thing about, I seen the other day, and Andy had it up here earlier this morning, and it was like, there's certain countries in Europe, in Asia, that don't watch the news, okay? And the reason they don't is because they realize that the news is just propaganda. It's nothing but, you don't watch it. It's slanted. Whoever's saying it, saying what they want you to hear. I mean, if you really want to get to the people that I talk to, the people that I know, on both sides are much, much more reasonable about things than we are actually told by social media and the media in general. I have a friend that is a middle, not far right. He's just a right. And I have a friend that's not far left, but he's just left. And after I talked to both of them, I realized that they're closer to common ground and wanting the same things than the extremists are. But again, social media would want us to think different. Okay? And you got to remember, Andy, what is it? Give my regards to Broadway. It's drama. And social media, everybody loves drama. And everybody on it drama. Do you understand? Do you understand that they thrive on the drama? When they start they start throwing their hateful rhetoric, okay? They want someone, when you post, okay, when you post something on Facebook, you want a reaction. If you're posting hateful rhetoric, then you want one of two things: someone to agree with you or someone to disagree with you. If you're far left or far right, if they disagree with you, let the name calling, the shaming, the blaming, it's the same. You call each other the same names. It's ridiculous. It's the division, the social media division. Like I said, and I'm going to say it again, I know guys that are vote politically Republican and politically Democrat. They are regular working people, and they have much more in common than they realize. Much more. I mean, come on, people, just be better. I mean, that's basically what it is, Andy. Just be better. Be nice. It serves you no purpose to belittle someone else's beliefs, their cause, or whatever. It's a lot easier to just scroll by with the mouse. If you comment, they won. Like I said, my feed is jokes, and it's memes, and it's classic rock, and it's dogs and family owned, and I try to be a centrist, because no matter what I post, not a soul in Washington, D.C., Helena, Montana, or a fan of the far left or the far right cares one bit about it. So why care about them? If you're posting pro-Joe or pro-Don and you get hate back, guess what? Joe and Don don't really care what you're posting. They don't even pay attention. They don't care about you. The goal is divide and conquer. You know that, people. You've been to grade school. You've been to history classes. Don't let them win. Don't let the media win. Don't let the social media giants win. Quit threatening people on social media and try to get along. Andy, that's it, man. Quit it. Stop it. I'm ashamed to know some of you. Both parties. I'm ashamed. The names. Come on, man. I know some of you people. I've talked to you. I've been around you. I've broke bread. You're better than this, okay? I mean, man. What? You'll be better, people. All right. Finally, I got to see No Hard Feelings. If you don't know what the movie is, it came out last summer. It's a comedy with Jennifer Lawrence and Andrew Feldman. It kind of reminded me, in a lot of ways, of the movie. Take those old records off the shelves. Risky Business. That's right. It copycatted it. Basically, it's like hot girl meets dweeby dude. Hey, come on, we've seen that before, okay? But Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Lawrence does physical comedy like Chris Farley does. I mean, she's like she's fighting three guys, physical comedy. She does physical comedy like Chris Farley. And she's funnier than hell. She's probably the funniest person that Nikki Glazer's pretty funny when she's rolling out a roast. But she's what? Oh shit! Hell, she looks a lot better than Chris Farley naked. She does. She looks a lot better than our buddy Chris naked. But funny? Oh my God, that was a good movie. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. Jennifer Lawrence, she's got the nicest feet in Hollywood. If you're into that, like Quentin Tarantino, or me. So, Andy, if you haven't seen it yet, have you seen it yet? Have you seen No Hard Feelings? You haven't. You got to watch it. Funny as crap. Jennifer Lawrence is the one-liners, the physicalness of comedy. I'm telling you, I laughed. Yeah. And then Andrew does he does a little piano number in the restaurant. Does Man Eater by Daryl Hall John Oates. Oh, he does it in a way that I've never heard it before, and it was probably the best rendition, cat of it that I've ever heard. So, come on now. I mean, God, social media last week was horrible. And my feed, I couldn't get away from it. It's like I go on there and I went to like your feed, and it was just one side mad, the other side mad, and people being unreasonable and calling names and calling out and calling, London calling. It was just insane. Do better. I know a lot of you. I know a lot of you. You don't need to be doing it. I know you don't because I see you posting about other stuff. So, Andy, we're about done. We are about done on this Monday morning, June 3rd. Is summer's. I wouldn't bet on anything. I got money that it snows again before July. Yep, went down to halftime, put a bet. So, this Monday morning, come on, people, remember, spay and neuter. You can help control the pet population. Don't don't adopt. Adopt, don't shop. What was that, Eddie? You're like bumbling through the end zone. Spay and neuter. Adopt, don't shop. Foster, rescue, volunteer. For heaven's sakes, people, get involved. Guess what? You can adopt a shelter pet today. Andy, we're done. We are done. Until next Monday, have a great week. We are out of here.